I can literally feel fall in the air. It's nice and cool outside right now. There's leaves on the ground. It's very exciting. I just came back from a trip to Washington, to Seattle specifically, to see a high school friend get married, and I got to go there with 3 other high school friends. I took some footage while I was there. It was all vertical, as we do now these days, but yeah, I'll play a little bit of that for you so you can see what I've been up to recently. The annoying thing that I came back to is that my sister has COVID. We didn't figure that out until after I had kind of been exposed to her. We're all kind of quarantining at the house, separate from each other, and hoping that nobody else gets COVID. She's so crazy. Here with the bad lighting. So right now I am making little packages for passion fruit creators for our team, because they're going to be coming here in a week and a half, which is very exciting. And I'm going to have just little packages for them to have for themselves, but then also to share with like friends and family for like promotion. We took all this stuff to a convention in July and we had a lot of stuff left over, so I thought I would pass that on to them and just make these little like promotional packages. So
even with all of our arguments, we've always worked it out, and then we make up.
hey everyone, it's Darcy from the present, which means 2025, and as I'm editing this video, I'm reflecting on the kind of year that 2024 was. Towards the beginning of the year, I emerged out of the winter season with the typical creative excitement that I have found often accompanies the emergence of spring. And I even experienced a milestone in my art career during that time. I had my first art residency during the month of March, which is documented in another vlog on this channel. The momentum that was built up by that residency, however, quickly fell off when the month ended, because after that I was thrown back into a busy work life and wedding planning. As you saw in my last vlog, my time was also consumed by various new adult responsibilities, like buying a new car for the first time after my old one fizzled out. I also had to search for and buy my own health insurance for the first time, which was an absolute blast. My time and energy were siphoned off in these ways, and I found it difficult to prioritize my art practice. When the year began, I knew that it would likely be a year of less creative output, because I knew that I was getting married this year. So I tried to set those expectations for myself a little bit lower. It was still difficult because in 2023, I did have a very active year in art. I had a lot of art shows that I participated in, and I even had my own solo show. Actually, it was a 2-person show, but kind of same thing. And so I knew 2024 would look different from that. Even though I tried to prepare myself for that difference, it still hurt to feel that my art practice was sitting on the sidelines. I did my best to nurture it behind the scenes in preparation for when it was time to emerge again. I am looking forward to today because today is Saturday, so it's a rest day for us. I do plan to make lots of art today. I plan to work through the artist's way today, maybe make some good breakfast. We'll see. So I'm kind of looking forward to just taking it easy today. One of the ways I nurtured my creative self during this time was rereading The Artist's Way for a book club that we were hosting on Passion Fruit. This book always fills me with creative inspiration, and I cannot recommend it to you enough. I also took lots and lots of walks. They became a sort of through line for my art practice to hold on to. I take most of my walks on the quiet-ish country road in front of my house. I feel very lucky to live where I do, away from the buzz of highways and interstates. And I love to go on walks without any podcasts or music to listen to because I want to hear all the other sounds and notice all the little details of the nature around me. So most of the art that I did make in 2024 came out of these walks. And though my art practice did take a bit more of a backseat this year, I was definitely not short of experiences. Passion Fruit opened up some really exciting work travel opportunities, including a trip to Houston, Texas, where I saw a Yayoi Kusama exhibit, and the entire Museum of Fine Arts on a free admission day. I got to go to VidCon in Anaheim, California to learn about the latest best practices in social media, and since it was my first trip to California, I also saw as much as I could there. In September, just after the filming of this vlog, the rest of the Passion Fruit team came to visit me, and amidst a lot of content filming, I showed them around my favorite local places. Their friendship is truly one of the best things to have happened to me this year. I mentioned already that this was my wedding year, and vlogs related to that will be released soon, including one documenting our honeymoon to Norway, which is perhaps the best trip I've ever been on. So 2024 was very full of trips and other wonderful things. The ability to travel came as an unexpected gift. And yes, traveling so much, which involves planning trips, going on trips, and recuperating after trips, is part of what made my year so busy and hard to find time to create. But it was also one of the highlights of the year. And I'm a firm believer that everything we experience as artists, whether it's travel or a short walk on your own street, circles back around to feed your art. What we receive as input becomes part of the output. What we consume becomes part of our creation. I think making art is what makes you an artist at the end of the day, but I also think it's important to remember that the artist's life is about living as well. And if you find yourself in a season of creative silence, remember that seasons change. Things have a way of coming full circle, and the time for making will come again.
I love how the light dances on the grass and on my skin, and the breeze dances on my skin, and the breeze plays with the blades of grass, and the tiny hairs on my legs and arms, tickling me as the light dances. 4 in the afternoon is for golden light to grace us with her presence, to bathe us all and illuminate leafy greens, leafy halos of the bark, wispy halos around human heads, light and lightness sprawled in a September afternoon. Who cares about style? Who cares about style so long as the feelings are felt through the reading? And the soft roiling breeze is communicated in ink, as best as ink can communicate things that are made of magic. I don't have that thing that allows you to see sound, but summer crickets are clearly audible fairy dust, sparkling in sound, surround sound. Light dances across the paper ever as we speak. Even as we speak. Sorry, I'm not good at reading cricket.
You butchered my poem.
Well, why don't you read it?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think it's good. Who cares about style?